Hey guys, this is God of Politics, and before we get started with this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. I'll have both of those linked down in the description. But today's video, I'm going to be doing the 2020 Battleground Map. This is different from a prediction. In a prediction, I'll be predicting how these states are going to be going come November. This is a Battleground Map. At this stage in the race, how would these states go? If we were voting today, how would these states go? How are the trends impacting things? How are other factors going to impact it? But this is the stage of the race at the moment for April 17th of 2020, how the state of the race is going at the moment. So obviously these states will all be safe. Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota, all of Nebraska except for the 2nd District, Kansas, Oklahoma, Alaska, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, West Virginia, and South Carolina. That's 125 safe electoral votes for Donald Trump. And then for Joe Biden, it would be California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, Illinois, New York, Vermont, Maine's 1st District, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., and that's going to be 183 safe electoral votes for Joe Biden. This is the state of the race right now in terms of these safe states. These states that are going to be going by margins above 10 points. Now we go to the likely and filled states at this point of the race. First, we'll start off with the Northeast here. I think New Hampshire is going to be a lean margin at this point. I haven't really seen much evidence to prove that it would be any closer than 2016, in which it was very close. I kind of feel like it's expanded the margins. It's kind of reverted to being more of a blue state like it had been for the 3 elections prior, and I think that'll go by a lean margin. Maine at large will be by lean margin, likely margin at this point, and Maine Second District will be likely. Maine Second District did go to the Democrat because of ranked choice voting in the 2018 House election, but the overall Maine for both congressional districts went by a likely margin, so I think you'll see something similar to that in the presidential race, and it'll go by a likely margin with Maine's 2nd District going by a likely margin as well, just because Maine's 1st District at this point would go to Joe Biden by such a large margin. Going down here to Virginia. Virginia will be by a likely margin. These suburban trends are making the state a very blue state, and at this point I'd say that it's easily a likely margin. Going down here to North Carolina, this is a close one. At this point there's been a lot of good signs for the Democrats in terms of polling and in terms of Senate polling as well. And so I'm not going to put in the blue column just yet, but there have been some polls showing it could be in the blue column. But at this point I'll put it at a tilt margin to Donald Trump. For the state of Georgia, I'll put in a lean margin to Donald Trump. Again, these suburbs here are trending just like Virginia, just like a number of other states, but these suburbs are trending, the Atlanta suburbs, and at this point I'd say that it's going to go by around 4 to 5 points to Donald Trump. Going down here to Florida, I think it'll be a tilt margin at this point. It does, Donald Trump is quite popular here, and the polls have been pretty good for him. So I think that at this point, I'd say that he'd just be the victor over here, but by a very small margin because, again, it is Florida. Texas will be by a likely margin. Texas is a trending state, whether you like it or not. It went by 9 in 2016, and it went by 17 in 2012. I think it'll go by around 7 points, maybe at this point. Maybe it'll go 7 points in November, but at this point it might only go by 7.5 to 8, just due to the trends that are really rapid. And yeah, that's going to be by likely margin. And Colorado and New Mexico will also both be by likely margins. These again are trending states. New Mexico had a good economic impact from the Trump administration and the Obama administration, the continuation of his economic policies. But the economy is not looking good right now, so at this point I'd say that it would go by a likely margin, with Colorado also going by a likely margin. Going down here to Arizona, I will leave Arizona at a toss-up because I really think at this point it could go either way. Democrats have been showing that they can win here. They won the Senate race, and the polls are looking pretty good for them. But yeah, I'd say that this would be a toss-up. Nevada would be by a lean margin. Some people have been saying this is going to flip. It's been trending red. But at this point, I'd say that I don't really see much sign of Republicans being able to win here. Maybe if they put some money into it, maybe if they campaign here a little bit along with Arizona, because they're right next to each other, then he might be able to win it. But at this point, I'd say that it'd be a lean margin to Joe Biden. Nebraska's second district will be a tilt margin. This could surprise a lot of people because this is a very heavily suburban district because it's all clumped up into a one congressional district, and the majority of it is suburban. Part of it is Johnson County with Omaha. So those suburbs are trending to the blue column. In 2016, it trended to the blue column, despite the fact that Democrats didn't really do here well at all overall. But at this point, I'd say that the trends just aren't great enough to push them over the top yet. But we'll see how it is come November. But at this point, I'd say it's a tilt margin to Donald Trump. Iowa will be a likely margin, along with Ohio being a likely margin. I think these are both states that have trended red. And while they can still elect Democrats, or in fact, in Iowa, the majority of the House seats are Democratic. 3 of them are Democratic. And the one Republican left, Steve King, only won by 3 points in 2018. That's another issue. But Ohio also elected Sherrod Brown as its senator by a pretty convincing margin. So these states can elect Democrats, but I think that they are trending red too much to the point where, it's getting out of hand for Democrats, especially in a state like Ohio and Iowa, states that they used to be able to win. Obama won them both times. And yeah, I think at this point they'd both be likely margins. Minnesota would be a lean margin. People are saying Republicans can flip the state, but I really don't see much sign of them being able to flip it either. Tina Smith 1 year by 10 points, Amy Klobuchar 1 year by 25. The majority of the House races are Democratic. Democrats have House seats in the heavily Trump districts like Colin Peterson in Minnesota's 4th district. And so I just don't really see many signs that this state could go red, other than the fact that it trended red from 2012 to 2016. But I think those trends will be bucked in pretty much all the states regardless, especially the Trump states. Going on here, Michigan first, I think will be a lean margin. This is a traditionally blue state that really barely went to Trump by like 1 percentage points, 11,000 votes or something, or 0.2 percentage points in 2016. It could be similar to Indiana from 2008 to 2012, but to a lesser extent. I keep saying that because it's probably going to be true. Michigan's probably going to be a state that goes to Joe Biden, I'd say, at this point by a 2 to 3 point margin because it is a traditionally blue state. They elect Democratic governors, they elect Democratic senators. I don't really see much of a chance that Donald Trump actually wins in the state, especially at this point. But that things could change, obviously. Pennsylvania, I'd put in a tilt margin to Joe Biden. It is Joe Biden's home state. He is in close proximity to it in terms of being from Delaware as well. And I also think that it is also more of a traditionally blue state. Tom Wolf got elected here by a pretty large margin, by like 17 points. And while it is a wave year, I keep runching back to those. Of course, it is a wave year, but still, it is a traditionally blue state, and I feel like at this point it would go to Joe Biden by tilt margin. And this one's going to be controversial, but I think Wisconsin at this point would go by a tilt margin after we just had the judge election result here. Things are looking good for Democrats in this state. It shows that they can win here. They flipped the governor's race in 2018, and they won the Supreme Court election that they really weren't expected to win, and they won it by a large margin, too. So Democrats have shown they can win in this state, and there's obviously factors for that Supreme Court judge result. But I think at this point I put it at a tilt margin to Joe Biden. Barely, but I put it at a tilt margin to Joe Biden. But yeah, this is the final map. At this point, this is how I think these states would go. Democrats, Joe Biden, 278. Republicans, Donald Trump, 249. Arizona, 11 electoral votes. I can't put it at either side yet. I'll put it at a toss-up. But yeah, this is the state of the race at the moment, how I think the states of the models, they'd say something similar to this. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Please like and subscribe as always. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and I will see you guys later.